Don, what do you make of that?
Oh, it was a final result we were really happy with. Good challenge in the first half. Pretty tight, high-pressured game of footy, and I thought our guys just kept working away and sort of got on top in the second half and ran away with it, which was a good result.
So 7 in a row, what does that mean to the club?
Oh, look, we're not really sitting there counting the wins in a row, to be honest. We'd continue to work on our game and play the way we want to play, and that was, probably the pleasing part today was that we, in different circumstances, conditions, first sort of greasy game we've had for a while, I thought the guys adapted really well in the second half. But for us, it goes on pretty much straight away. We move on to next week. We've got Collingwood coming off a good win and another good test next Saturday night.
You move into third spot. Do you look at the table now and sort of dare to dream, or?
No, I don't really look at the ladder, to be honest. For us, it's I've said the first focus for us is to win enough games to qualify for finals, and I think that's generally around 12 to 13. So that's the next part for us, and we'll reassess from there. But the important part is we're playing, in my eyes, good, solid team footy, and we're getting a really even contribution from our players, which is what we're asking of them, and that's building some confidence.
Your attack's been obviously lauded this year, but your defence, I thought, today was outstanding as well. Not only stopped Carlton with 7 goals, but got plenty of the footy themselves. Yeah,
it was a sort of an interesting day. Our backs, I saw the numbers; they generated a lot of ball, and to their credit, they worked really well as a unit. And so they're all pretty even in terms of some of the ball they won, and the way they positioned we were really happy with. So yeah, they're working in really well. Their synergy's good.
So you're after an even contribution. Did you have a bad player today?
I have to go back through the whole tape. I'm sure somewhere along the way there'd be some guys who would, be like a little bit more from their game today. But look, for us, it's about them playing their role, and some guys will get big numbers, some guys will hit the scoreboard. I think we had 10 goal kickers today, so probably don't drill into the detail of good game, bad game. It's more the things that we want them to be doing. Are they doing those? Are they doing them consistently? And the rest of it sort of takes care of itself.
Is that the most pleasing thing? Consistency? Obviously, teams lost. Geelong lost on the weekend. Yeah. GWS got beaten by Collingwood. Bulldogs nearly lost. You guys just keeping on.
Yeah, well, again, it's something which we're not really addressing and talking about. We're more focused on the opposition and who we're playing and how we're going to play, and really aware of what helps us play good footy. I think the players are building a clear picture as to what those things are, which is really, from a coaching viewpoint, makes my job and our coaches' jobs easier, because they clearly understand what is going to create for them successful outcomes, and they're able to then go and execute them. And if they're not, then we tweak things and we try and address the areas which we need to.
Do you feel like you're playing your best football at the moment?
I think we're building. I still think we're building. I think we've got room for improvement as well. They say that self-satisfaction never leads to progress, and that's the reality of this industry. Is that if you stand still, people will go past you. So we've got to keep looking at the review, planning on how we can get better and training it. We'll keep doing that.
From the outside, it doesn't look like there are many chinks in your armour. Are there specific areas that you're concerned about, or that you want to improve on specifically?
Oh, we keep working on all the phases. I've sort of said all along that we want to be a side which is balanced in how we move the ball, how we defend the ball, and how we win the ball. And we keep looking at our structures, we keep looking at our system as to how that looks. And there were times today, and to Carlton's credit in the first half, they put a lot of pressure on. Their defensive mechanism was really strong, and we struggled at times, especially in that second quarter. So there's always going to be things to keep working on.
Your third term record this season, I think, is almost perfect. I think 13 out of 15. Is there anything you can attribute that to, or put that down to?
I don't know. No, nothing that I can think of off the top of my head.
So Wayne Schwass is quite critical on radio today of Josh Jenkins, saying he doesn't impose himself one-on-one against his defender. He gets too many goals over the back and will be found out in finals. What are your thoughts on him?
Oh, look, I think that's probably a pretty harsh criticism. He's a big power forward that does some ruck minutes as well, and he's competing in the air, bringing the ball to ground. Often he's doing it against extra numbers and so forth. So look, Josh's output has been fantastic this year. He's really matured as a player and as a person, and he's providing another level of leadership out there, which is really important. So, really happy with Josh's progress.
So can he impose himself more one-on-one, or you were totally happy with the way he's going about it?
He's like all of our players. We're working with him to keep improving all the time. So, would we like him to jump at the ball harder, more often? I think every coach would sit here and say he'd like his tall forwards to do that. So he's working away at a number of things, and I think you'll find that his ability to get the ball to ground has improved considerably, not only this year but over recent years.
Just going back a couple of years ago, your team defence was probably one of the reasons why you're criticised as a team. Do you think your players are now well equipped to handle how to play that system now?
Yeah, we're working on it. I mean, it's something which I think we identified early days is our ability to score wasn't in question. Our ability to probably stop opposition scoring was an area we had to improve on. So that's a work in progress for us, and we're seeing some nice signs moving forward. Good part is that the players now understand how critical it is, and it'll never be more critical than against the top sides in big games, because it's your ability to defend the ball which gives you the capacity to get it back, and the quicker you can get it back, the quicker you can get back to work with your ball movement.
Is it crucial to have those mid-sized mobile defenders in your system?
I think you need balance across the whole ground. I mean, it's a bit like forwards. You want a blend and mix of moving forwards, small forwards, key targets, and down back you want the same. You want guys who can play small and tall, can help you in the air, help you on the ground, can use the ball. So those guys are building their own personal sort of style as well as a group, and that's the synergy we're really looking for, is the ability of our backs to play well together, our forwards to play well together, and our mids. And then if we can pull that together, we think that gives us a chance of being a strong team.
To the average footy fan, seeing you guys rise into a premiership chance, the obvious question is, how good could you be with danger? I mean, has that even entered your brain since you left the club?
No. We've moved into a different space now. We've got guys who have come in and relished the opportunity that's presented, and to be honest, they're playing their role and playing it really well. And so no, we look forward.
What did you make of Levi Casbolt's gut punch to Kyle Hardigan?
Oh, I didn't actually see it. I saw obviously the 50 metre, but I didn't see the incident itself, so impossible for me to comment on. Sorry.
And do you feel like JJ's moving closer to re-signing?
Oh, look, we're hopeful. As I said, we don't want to necessarily keep talking about contracts and so forth, but we're hopeful we're getting into the space where we can get him re-signed.
And Scotty Thompson's 300th game next week against Collingwood. Obviously, that's a big moment for him and for the footy club.
Yeah, fantastic for Tomo. As I said before, he's a real warrior of the competition. 300 games as a genuine inside midfielder is a fantastic achievement. So, it'll be a special week for Scott, and we'll honour him in the correct way. But I'm pretty sure Scott will have his mind pretty clearly focused on getting a win next Saturday night to celebrate in the right way.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate your time.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.